Hey everyone, Tom Davis here, America's Canine Educator. It's been a while. I've been on the road. I'm not on the road anymore. I'm matching, which is cool. Didn't plan that. But I wanted to just discuss a little bit about dog ownership and dog handling and just dogism, if you will, in general. And what I've been seeing, so I can put together a video and say statistically, what I've been seeing, meaning out of the I don't know, for an example, 100 dogs a month that we work that are new or whatever. Um, it's becoming more of a thing of like, what the hell's going on here? And what I've been seeing, which is really, I think, detrimental to this whole let's call it epidemic of what we're seeing of dogs being turned over and dogs being euthanized or dogs setting up for failure and things of that sort, is the people aren't and it's not about breeds and it's not about age. I think it's about the people, and I think we need to put together a better system on how to evaluate the people that are actually adopting these dogs. And I think the biggest problem is the people in shelters, and not all of them, but some of the shelters just want to get rid of some of these dogs so bad. And it's literally becoming an epidemic because we want to get rid of the dogs because they're young, they're fun, they're non-aggressive. Pretty much any non-aggressive dogs in shelters will go to any home. It seems, and I think I would rather work with a dog that's, a bit behaviorally challenged or challenging than work with a very squirrely, non-exercise dogs because it's easier. Meaning, the people who are adopting these younger, excitable dogs, mixes, are having probably and I'm looking in, they're having more problems and they're going to have more problems than the dogs that have a little bit behavioral quirks, because it takes more time to get a dog mentally stable through exercise and training, and I mean work, not time, than for a behavioral issue. Meaning, if you have a 150-pound Mastiff that doesn't like cats, it's easier to work with that than getting a 6-month-old Dalmatian mix that needs a ton of exercise. So I guess my point is and I know the shelters are doing pretty good at filtering out, but I think we just have to have not a legality system, but just a system in place for dog owners to really gauge what they're getting themselves into, because they just have no idea. And again, statistically, with all the dogs that we sign up, I can say these things because it is what it is. These people are coming in, and the biggest issues I see for an average, without getting too in depth, are the people who are getting these dogs that need a ton of exercise, and again, it's not physical or mental, it's a little bit of both, and they have no idea what they're getting themselves into. And what's happening is they're making the dogs look terribly bad, and they're making the dogs go back to the shelter, and then you get a dog that goes back to the shelter multiple times because they need to run or they need exercise. There's only so many times they get to go back to the shelter. So it's a very frustrating thing for me to watch, and I guess this video is really to just shed light on, we need as dog owners, dog trainers, and anybody out there that works in shelters or anything, we need to be a little bit more, I guess, filtering and responsible about adopting some of these smaller, crazier dogs out, because there's more that can go wrong with an excitable, crazy, just out of control dog than a dog that has one behavioral issue, or a dog that may not get along with other dogs. Fine, don't put them around other dogs, but there's so many different variables that can go wrong with a dog that's just uncontrolled and doesn't have a person that could get out and walk them multiple times a day, or can afford to bring them to daycare if they can't walk them. And I think we make up a lot of excuses, and this is kind of going back to the no bad dog movement of, I'm basically seeing a lot of really, really potentially awesome, fantastic dogs for the right home, coming in and going, hey, this dog's this. And I'm like, no, you're this. And you probably shouldn't have this dog. And why did you, it's the same thing as gun control almost, to a certain extent, of like, holy crap, how did you get this? Who gave this to you, type thing. And that's what I'm seeing as a professional, and some of you guys can probably relate to this, because you're looking at these dogs like, holy shit, who gave you this dog? Where did you get this from? And these people just are adopting these dogs because they don't have a lot of behavioral issues, which means in the shelter world, they're not aggressive, they're not going to hurt anybody. But I think I would be more apprehensive to adopt a dog that I couldn't mentally and physically outlet than a dog that has an issue with cats. So anyway, I just wanted to shed light on this video that there's a lot of dogs being looked at as a terrible thing, and they're pulling on the leash and they're jumping and they're barking and they're whining, and we're like, oh my god, look at this dog. And I'm like, no, look at you. You don't need this dog. You shouldn't have this dog. And who gave you this dog? So anyway, I haven't made a video in a long time just because I've been on the road and I've been super busy, and I wanted to just say thank you guys so much for all the YouTube love, and it's been a crazy thing. We've been getting a lot of emails and phone calls, and we love that. Keep it up. I'm going to do the best I can to. This next new year is setting up like crazy, crazy, crazy. We have a lot going on, and we're going to be a lot more stable on the YouTube. I'm super excited about that. I hope everyone's doing really, really well. And I wanted to just share this video about people being idiots and not understanding what they're getting themselves into. And if you're not ready, don't do it. And if you do it, make sure you get help as soon as possible to not make the dog look bad. And I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas, and subscribe, like this video, share it if you think it's relevant, and hopefully it'll change an opinion on somebody before they jump into something that they don't really know what they're getting themselves into. And if you got a dog that you can't control, it's not the dog, it's you. You just gotta, the directions and the manual went flying out the window when you came home from the shelter, and you need to bring your dog to somebody who has that direction and knows what to do with the dog you have, so they don't look like an idiot. And so anyway, I hope everyone's doing well, and I'll talk to you later.